Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 26 of the Regular Size Man podcast. Now, this is going to be another segment that I'm starting for the first bit to see what did Jacob impulse buy this week? What did you impulse buy this week, Jacob?
I impulse bought a festival ticket, which isn't that bad.
Not bad?
A little bit of thought was put into it, but it was mostly impulse, I'm not going to lie to you. It could have been a lot worse. It was going to be Pokemon, but I changed my mind.
I think you should have gone Pokemon. Okay, is it a good festival at least?
Yeah, I hope so.
Is there, who's at the lineup?
Hilltop Hoods is headlining.
That's headlining?
It's not my cup of tea, but there's other people that I want to see, so... And by the people, I mean just one person, but that's cool. That's cool.
Was it an expensive ticket?
It's only $100.
Oh, that's okay.
It wasn't that bad at all.
Not bad.
So look, as far as my impulse buys go, it's not that bad.
I know you've done worse.
I've done a lot worse.
Such as that iPad I'm staring at.
We all know how bad I've been.
That's all right. All right, let's just roll the intro music. So welcome back to week 26 of the Regular Size Man podcast. My name is Sam and I'm joined by my beautiful co-host Jacob. How are we doing this week, Jacob?
I'm doing very good. How are you, Sam?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you. Pretty good. We're recording this one on a Tuesday because we are slack and we got caught up. We got excited for Disney Plus. That released today. We're going to get more into that later. Jacob is smiling already, just getting excited, ready to talk about it. But how are you? You're good? You good?
I'm good. It's a jam-packed week and I'm ready to talk about everything that happened.
We actually have a lot of news this week.
We do. We have a lot of everything. Like a lot of everything.
Yeah, it's a good week. You know, we've had the last few weeks. It's kind of been a bit dry on the news, but this week's wet.
It's back. It's back.
Yeah.
This week's back and ready to go.
And I like it. You know, I like having a bit of news to talk about. We can get into it. We can really, juice it out.
We definitely can.
And we're starting off with a bang here. I like this. So the box office update. So Joker officially passed $1 billion in the box office, which is a monumental feat.
Yeah.
First ever R-rated movie to reach $1 billion. And just to put some perspective on how big of the achievement is, the budget for the movie was $62.5 million. So it's made more than 10 times, almost 20 times more than the budget. Nearly. It will soon pass The Dark Knight in the rankings, and it has earned this much without debuting in China at all, which adds even more of a unbelievable milestone. And finally, it is the most successful comic book adaptation ever in film history due to the budgeting and everything. But long and short of it, this movie has defied the odds and... you know what I mean? Not debuting in China, which is either for Endgame. I'm not sure how much Endgame made in China.
But I would assume a lot of money though.
Let's look it up. I should have looked this up, but
it's a massive achievement regardless. But to do that without China's a very big
powerhouse.
They're a powerhouse country. They're not. Yeah, there's no other way to put it. They're a powerhouse country.
Yeah, and it's gonna pass The Dark Knight, and it really just shows that comic book movies are just the way to go. Maybe Scorsese was right.
Maybe Scorsese was wrong.
No, yeah, he was. Yeah, I was joking.
I was going to say. No, well, look, man, it's a bloody good achievement. I'll tell you that much. I'm impressed, that's for sure. I mean, half of these movies don't even make $1 billion, and this is an R-rated movie making $1 billion. That's just. Can't get over it, man.
It's crazy, yeah.
We've talked about it for 5 weeks straight ever since the movie came out. So that, that's saying something, obviously. Look, I don't think we'll be talking about it next week, but who knows at this rate? We didn't think we were going to be talking about it this week or the week before that. So.
It's kind of been like Endgame. We've been following the journey, waiting for it to hit its milestone.
We have.
And just to add some perspective to this, Endgame made $612 million in China.
Yeah,
so that's a lot of money. That's almost half of what the movie, Joker's made altogether.
It's a big area. It's a very big area.
And I don't know, do you know why Joker didn't release in China?
I think because of its thematic, some of the themes in it and kind of what it stood for. With the riots in the movie and all that kind of stuff. I think it was to do with that. Because you know how China are. They're sensitive as hell.
Yeah, okay.
They don't like any of that stuff, so...
Fair enough.
Guess that's just how it's going to be.
That's all right.
Do we want to move on?
Yes. So this one's actually a bit of an interesting one. So Charlie's Angels released over the weekend, and when we say it dropped a fat bomb, it dropped a big fat bomb with an $8.6 million domestic opening and $27.9 million worldwide. So very shocking because Ford versus Ferrari actually received 31.5 mil worldwide in its opening, and that movie was barely advertised, and it did better than this movie. So Elizabeth Banks, the director, producer, and everything else that she did with the movie, she has defended it to the Wall Street Journal magazine by saying, "You've had 37 Spider-Man movies and you're not complaining." She also says, "I think women are allowed to have one or two action franchises every 17 years. I feel totally fine with that." Now, these comments have not been received well by a lot of people, mainly because Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel exist, and they both made $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, here's my deal with it. I believe that right now Elizabeth Banks is just... I don't think she need to bring the fact that they're women into it at all. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just that no one wanted to see a Charlie's Angels reboot. Nobody asked for it. Nobody wanted it. Nobody cared about it when it came out bloody 15 years ago. Nobody cares about it now. Like, it's just... That's just kind of how it is. And look, let's be honest, the trailer does not look great. The trailer looks very boring. I have heard conflicting stories. I've actually heard that it's not that bad, and the trailers are just horrible. But regardless of that, it's got nothing to do with the fact that they're women and it's a Charlie's Angels movie. The fact is that everything leading up to it was bad, and nobody was clamoring or asking for this movie. So that's just the way it goes. I don't agree with her at all. I don't think she needed to bring in the fact that they're women at all. That's just how it is. She's right. They're perfectly entitled to reboot this franchise however they deem necessary. But the fact is, if people aren't wanting it, people aren't going to go see it.
You're on the money. So just out of perspective, just for the box office sake, budget for this movie was about 48 to 55 million, somewhere in that range. So they've made half of the movie back in the first week.
Yeah.
And I have to agree with you. Like, sure, we've had 37 Spider-Man movies, but again, just because you put something out there that you think people want doesn't mean that people necessarily want it. People want 37 Spider-Man movies because they love Spider-Man as a character.
Yeah.
Sure, Charlie's Angels was a great movie back in this day. But even me and you, we love our movies. But when we both watch a trailer, and I'm sure a lot of other moviegoers saw this trailer as well, they're like, yeah, it's just not it just wasn't. I'm not spending my money to go see a movie like that because I have no interest in it. You know what I mean? And the fact that even if I had a slight want to see this movie, these comments have made me want to see this movie less. And even,
no doubt.
And not to sound, maybe this is because I'm, I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but like when I heard the soundtrack for this movie, it actually turned me off, which was "Don't Call Me Angel" by Ariana Grande. What that? And that just kind of confused me because I'm like, well, is this a feminist women power movie, or is this like an actual Charlie's Angels reboot? You know what I mean? And I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. Wrong. I just didn't.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
It kind of rubbed you the wrong way a little bit.
It rubbed me the wrong way,
and I completely understand that. I think that there was so much leading up to this movie, whether it was our opinion or not. It just didn't look good from the get go, and that's why it bombed more than anything else. Got nothing to do with the fact that women, because as you know, Naomi Scott, I love Naomi Scott, and regardless of that, she's a good actress. Yeah. So is Kristen Stewart, and I don't know the other girl well at all.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they had a good lineup. They had a good they had everything, but it was just kind of. You know what I mean?
Nobody wanted it. Yeah. Nobody asked for it. Like, that's just how it is. Nobody asked for it. That's just how it is.
I think they could have made a new IP and made a better movie rather than try to be the Charlie's Angels type of thing.
I agree. I don't think they needed to name it Charlie. If it had been a spy movie separate from that and wasn't Charlie's Angels, I think it might have earned a little bit more money.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. And
I do agree with you,
as we say, Ford vs Ferrari, that did 31.5 mil worldwide. That's a decent opening for a movie that hasn't really been advertised.
No, our good friend Brian did go see it. Yes. And he definitely is a one for the
he
cars
does love his
and the
cars.
racing. So he might be a tad biased. He did mention that when he talked about he gave us a quick review in the group chat.
Can we read it? I'm sure he won't.
Read it. But he did have a disclaimer that he thinks that he might have enjoyed it a little bit more because he loves those car movies. But he did say it is a good movie. Matt Damon and Christian Bale are great in it, but yeah.
But I mean, you do say that, but that's like,
Oh no, don't get me wrong.
I mean? Like don't
get me wrong. I think he's probably right. I'm not saying he's wrong at all, but yeah.
Like Brian is a car guy, so he went to see a movie about cars. Like,
and
and it was a good car movie.
No, he would have. Yeah, sorry.
He said, "What a film! Personally, for me, I absolutely loved it. Great story. Matt and Bale did a beautiful job. Does great justice to Shelby and Ken. 8 out of 10 from me. If you ain't a big race or car person, you might not enjoy it as much, but you'll still respect it." Brian, I hope you didn't mind that one. Shout out to you. We miss you. Come back. Anyway, so, as a car movie, apparently it's amazing. And, from the trailers, it's looked good. Like, it's looked interesting.
Yeah.
And, it's off a true story, as we know. So, I actually want to go see it personally. I know Dad wants to go see it as well, so I'll probably go to see it. I got an offer to go see it tomorrow as well with a good mate of mine. So, either way, I think that it is a movie I will see if I find a spare 2 hours with my week, which is unlikely, but we'll try our best. So yeah, moving on to trailers for the week. So we actually had a few trailers. We had a few good ones. So there was a SpongeBob trailer that came out. We'll just brush over. I liked it. You weren't really interested.
See it.
You didn't really watch it.
I didn't see it at all.
Reeves is in it.
I know he plays a tumbleweed.
Yeah. But it actually looks pretty good. It's about Gary going missing and they find him, and it's got a cool animation style. And then we had a trailer from Scoob, the new Scooby-Doo, and that movie's going to bring me tears.
I like the animation on that.
I do like the animation. It's coming out next year, and I'm really excited for that one too.
Yeah.
But the main one we wanted to talk about was the redesign of Sonic the Hedgehog. And I just want to say I don't want to be biased, but they nailed this trailer. To me.
Yeah.
And I'll explain why.
Yeah.
Unless you want to give your thoughts first.
No, you explain why and then I'll talk.
Well, the redesign, they did a lot better job, but they had a good job of making the trailer very goofy and very cheesy and kind of like, you know what I mean? It's an overall a good, young, like kid-friendly movie, but that could also appeal to like the the generation that played Sonic as a kid.
It was very Sonic.
It was very Sonic.
I felt
it was very Sonic, and it was very like old school Sonic, and not the new Sonic games that are just kind of a bit
more serious.
Yeah, so like when I first watched the first trailer, and I remember because I remember saying it, I'm like, who wanted this movie? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
I remember saying that.
Yeah. And
then going back and watching this trailer, because I didn't know, and then I look at it, and then they improved the trailer. I feel like they improved the quality of the trailer as well, like what was said and what they actually showed. It looked a lot more fun and a lot more, I'm still going with the theory. I think it was a PR stunt. That's just me, because they made the trailer. Because to me, this new trailer, if you take out Sonic and the actual content of the trailer was a lot better. I think
I think you're whole right in everything you're saying. The PR thing, I think, could be true, but it's very ballsy.
It's very ballsy, but it's never been, it hasn't. I don't think it's been done before. Sega, I'm onto you.
I think I got nothing else to say other than I think you're completely right. It looks very nice. I did say, I hate to say it, and I don't want to say it, but I think he looks a little cartoonish, a tad cartoonish. The eyes, I think it's just to do around the face and the mouth. I think it doesn't look furry enough. It's like a stickler little. It's a little complaint.
Yeah.
But I think it doesn't look. All they need to do is just add a bit more like fur kind of lines and seams that make it look like that. Then I'm fine with it. Other than that, it looks good. Yeah.
But even like, and as an example, at the end of the trailer, So at the end of the trailer, I'll explain it for you that haven't seen it. There's a scene where he's like talking to the main character that he meets. I think his name's Tom or something.
I don't know.
Let's just say Tom.
James Marsden's character.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Tom. So Tom has a dog, a golden retriever, and Sonic goes up to him and he goes, "So you're the best friend that he won't shut up about?" And the dog licks him, and he goes, "Oh, that's so gross," and laughs about it. They didn't show anything like that in the first trailer, and this is what. Putting my tinfoil hat on makes me believe that it was all a PR stunt to get people excited for the new trailer, because they literally they announced the trailer as the redesign, like the number one trailer again, like it's a brand new movie.
No, it's true.
They forgot about the first thing.
It seems like a brand new movie.
Yeah, they made the trailer more fun. They made the character better. They've literally just improved everything about the movie in this whole 2-3 months.
And most importantly, they got rid of Gangsta's Paradise as the theme song.
I know. Exactly. See,
that was the best move they could have done.
And see, exactly. They know what they're doing. They think they don't, but I think that they just were smart enough to say, why don't we stuff this up so bad? Because now the whole world knows that there's a Sonic movie coming. I
think there's enough evidence that points towards that. I think
Sega, you're exposed. You have been exposed.
What's the studio? Is it Paramount?
Yeah, Paramount.
Yeah, okay.
Because they did the stars.
Oh, that's right. They did the rings.
Sonic rings, and that was cool. See, they didn't do that in the first trailer either. I'm telling you.
No, I think they did.
Oh, they did. Shh. They didn't.
No, I did, because they remember seeing it the first time. Yeah, they did.
Shut up, Jacob. I didn't ask you. All right, so moving on to Newsflash. Shung.
We need to get soundboard.
Should we get like a lightning flash or something?
Yeah, let's insert a lightning flash and get rid of your little noise that you made.
It's a tough scene. All right, so first, a Friends reunion is reportedly in the works at HBO Max with the original cast returning. Are you excited for this? I'm not. I haven't seen Friends I've seen Friends here and there, but I've never watched it start to finish.
Well, that's something you need to watch from start to finish, I think.
How much Mother's better? Sorry, go on.
I'm pretty excited. I'm just glad it's a reunion and not I think it's like a couple episode reunion. That's the rumor as well. I hope it's not like it won't be a reboot. I highly doubt it'll be a reboot. But
I don't think it will.
I'm keen for a reunion. Just a couple episodes.
What if it's a movie? Would you be okay with that?
I'd imagine it'd be like a movie, but it'll be put out to like 2 hour-long episodes, probably something like that. Okay. Which I'm 100% cool with. I think it'll be good.
I think it's a good way for HBO Max to get a bit more traction to the.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but they've already got a really good list, so this just adds more fuel to the fire. Yeah,
exactly. And something that's added fuel to the fire, and this has really made me excited for this movie.
I thought it would.
Really made me excited. So, the Uncharted movie has apparently cast Mark Wahlberg as Sully to Tom Holland's Nathan Drake. So Sully's like Nathan Drake's uncle, I want to say, from memory, and Mark Wahlberg is big A-list celebrity. Now, the Uncharted movie, if you don't know, has been in talks at Sony Games Pictures, like their movie studio for their games, since 2012. And it's been on and off and swapped directors a number of times. And it's really a movie that everyone's just kind of lost hope in because it's kind of like we never thought it was going to happen. But this casting is very, very exciting and actually give people hope that it's going to be a good movie because it has a great front cast with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, really, really good duo, I think. I think they're going to play off each other and bounce off each other pretty well, to be honest.
I don't know about this movie. It'll probably get pushed back from 2020, but I think that, there's a possibility that it'll actually be a very good movie. So, thumbs up, happy days, very exciting. And another thing that we're really excited for and that's finally happening is after years after being cast as Black Adam, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has officially announced that the Black Adam movie will be coming to cinemas on the 22nd of December, 2021.
Ooh,
baby.
We posted about it on our social media, so go check it out at TRSM Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Wow, nice plug. Look at you go. You're getting better.
That was actually very quick and smooth. I was pretty happy with it. But man, dude, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I think it's so by the time this movie comes out in 2021, I think it'll be about 10 years since The Rock got cast in this role, which is a very long time.
Really?
Yeah, he's been cast for a long time. So I'm really, really excited to hear about this, to see this, just something, kind of a teaser, especially off the back of Shazam, which is a movie that not a lot of people did see, but is a very good movie that I've attested to many a time on this podcast. But man, I'm just really excited for this.
I think that Shazam really got a lot of traction after it released, after it got out of cinemas. So now, with the release of Aquaman and stuff, people started watching, looked into Shazam because of how much better it was than other DC releases.
Yeah.
That's me especially. I watched Shazam because I heard bad things about Aquaman and whatever other movies. And I'm going to call it timeline 1 and timeline 2. Aquaman, the Justice League timeline, and then the Shazam timeline. You know what I mean? The Shazam, whatever the Shazam and whatever else is in that timeline. Yeah. Better movies and a better direction for DC. And then you got the whole Suicide Squad timeline, but we don't worry about that.
No.
Anyway, long and short of it is I discovered Shazam because other movies from DC were lackluster and people was talking up Shazam a lot more. So I think that Black Adam will have some good momentum going into it. And especially with The Rock. Sorry to cut you off. No. I'm saying The Rock will bring in a big audience in itself.
So actually with that, it's actually going to be competing with Avatar that week.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so Avatar
ballsy.
2 will be coming out that week. I heard someone say that they think that it has a good chance of beating Avatar opening week.
That's a big call.
I think it has a chance. I don't think it will.
No, I don't think it will, mainly because Avatar 2 is literally... It's going to test James Cameron, because honestly, after all the hype and everyone was like, Avatar's the impossible movie to beat, it got beat. And so it's up to James Cameron now, and he's got 5 Avatar movies coming out.
I think... sorry to cut you off.
Right.
I think that unless the trailer for Avatar is extremely bad, everyone will be going to see this movie.
Yeah.
So I find don't get me wrong, I think Black Adam will do well, but I just don't see it beating Avatar. Keep in mind as well, so we'll have Wonder Woman 82 coming out next year. So you'll have that before this one.
Mm-hmm.
Possibility of Shazam 2 before this one. Possibility.
I think it's 2021. I'm guessing.
Oh, it'll be earlier than 22nd of December.
Yeah.
So you've also got Aquaman 2 more than likely happening. And then you've got the Batman in 2021. So
and you also got 4 Marvel movies.
And I'm talking about DC.
I know, I'm just saying, but you are right. Superhero movies in general. It's going to
be a big year for 2021.
And I think the Disney Plus on Marvel and stuff, and DC is probably going to bring out some other shows. 2021's a big year.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, you are right. My assumption is Wonder Woman 82 will be good. Number 1 was good. I assume this will be good too. Shazam 2. I've got hope for that too. I think number 1 was very good. I would assume number 2 will be probably pretty good too, unless the storyline's horrible. The Batman, I have a lot of hope for. We don't know anything about it, so I really can't say that it's going to be good.
Highly anticipated.
I can't say it's going to be good or bad. It'll get money, but who knows?
Yeah.
So you've got those 3 movies, and then Aquaman 2, which, as I've said, number 1's not horrible, and it earned a lot of money. So you've got those 4 movies coming right before Black Adam. It's a good chance for DC to pick up a lot of traction and then just steamroll through when Avatar comes. So
I think that The Rock will do a really good job here, and this is why I say this. In a lot of his movies, he plays the same character. He's the big guy who can do like death-defying stunts and always somehow end up on his feet. Now, you add that guy as a hero who has powers. And you take these stunts, like, don't get me wrong, when you watch like a Rock movie and he does some stupid stunt and you're like how the fuck, like, that's not realistic. But in this movie, it's going to be realistic.
Yeah.
Some of these, like,
and
whatever.
And he'll have powers on top of that.
And he'll have powers. So I think that he'll be able to take those, like, ridiculous stunts from previous movies and actually put them into good use in this movie. And that's why I think that he'll be a really good Black Adam.
I agree. Well, the marketing is going to be extremely important too, because Shazam isn't a well-known character, and that obviously that only made 400 million worldwide, which isn't a whole lot, but it's still decent. So Black Adam's going to have to take a lot of marketing, but the Rock is The Rock, so it'll pull in a lot of people. So he's
good at PR, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, 100%.
So, Disney responded to some criticism regarding The Simpsons after hitting 10 million subscribers in the first day it released over in America on the 12th of November. And also, to add to Disney Plus news, that today on the 19th of November, it has launched in Australia, New Zealand, and Puerto Rico, and Jacob's already addicted. I'm purchasing it right after we record this podcast. Very exciting.
I'm sorry, just to add on that, we are talking about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order at the end of this podcast. I'm going to quickly talk about The Mandalorian very, very briefly. No spoilers just before we talk about that. So basically, the criticism regarding The Simpsons and some other of the older shows is the shows have been stretched out to a 16:9, which is like the traditional widescreen format that you get today. In when these older episodes were released, they were the 4:3, like the more box, view. And a lot of the subtle jokes that are in The Simpsons, such as in one episode where they're at the Duff factory and all 3 Duffs, like you have the Duff Dry, and the Duff Light, all the new Duffs, but at the top of the screen, you'd actually see that it all comes from the same thing. So it's all the same beer, that just rebranded the name. And that joke gets cut off because they changed it from 4:3 to 16:9. And there's a lot of other subtle jokes in the show that is cut off by the corners of the TV. Yeah.
So Disney's response saying that they're going to actually change this in January of 2020, which is really good after all the announcements have gone down and everything, which I'm really happy that they've actually responded, and in such quick fashion. Within a week, they've already responded saying they're going to do something about it.
Yeah.
And that's very, it makes me very happy to see.
It obviously means they're going to be very proactive with this app, which is awesome to see. So it's got good hopes for the future as well, as just as much as it does for now.
Well, I did see a report today from I forgot who it was, but it was someone who was owning a rival streaming services. Is how is Disney Plus going to do in 6 months? Because a lot of the shows,
about this too.
Yeah, a lot of the shows aren't coming out till end of 2020, 2021. So, once the original hype dies down and everybody's watched to make the main shows they want to watch, what do they do from there until the Marvel shows come out, or the DC, or whatever they want to watch until they come out? What do they do?
Well, I think a lot of people have signed up for The Mandalorian, which is only 8 episodes long. So after the first 8 weeks, what's going to happen then, as you just posed the question? That's going to be the real test. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. Like 100% it is. HBO Max will be debuting May next year, so that's not even that far away at all. So you've got plenty of other things hitting it right when it doesn't need it as well.
Exactly.
So, I think I'm going to keep my subscription probably just regardless because it's very cheap. It is reasonably priced. I think that is what helps with.
It's $8 a month, isn't it?
$9 a month.
$9 a month or $90 for the year. So you're saving.
No, $9 for the month, $72 for the year.
That's even better.
That's
really, so
cheap. It's really good. You save about 16%. I think it said.
Let me do my math correctly. Hey Siri, what's 72 divided by 12?
72 divided by 12 is 6.
Yeah.
$6 a month for the amount of shows that they have.
It's very good. Crazy. It's very good.
And you're paying $9, you sucker.
I just because I'll next month I'll re-up for the year. Anyway, look, I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be interesting. We'll talk about it when it comes. But for the look, I'm just going to be focusing on the now. I don't want to worry about that. In a couple of months. Just focus on the now.
Yeah, no worries. And speaking of Disney, so a lot of deleted scenes have been shown on Disney Plus
from all the MCU
from all the MCU movies. But one to take note of, especially, was one of Tony Stark and his daughter Morgan Stark from Endgame, where he snaps his fingers and he goes into the Soul Stone, like when Thanos does it in Infinity War and whatnot. And basically, it shows him meeting his daughter, and they have a talk and whatnot. And I was happy that they cut it out. It was very cheesy and a bit cliche.
A little bit.
But it showed that there was a scene from Ragnarok, scene from Thor: The Dark World showing Jane's breakup. There was a scene from Ant-Man the Wasp that shows how Ghost came about.
Yep.
From Hank and Infinity War. And like Endgame,
there's a couple others here and there.
There's one that shows that Thanos might still be alive. There's a lot of scenes, but none of them are really too worth talking about. It was
That's
just
probably why they're deleted.
Yeah, pretty much. But this one with Tony and Morgan was pretty significant because it was talked about, and Catherine Langford, who plays Morgan in this scene, was talked about to be in the movie, and then we saw it.
Everyone was pretty shocked when she wasn't in the film.
Yeah, exactly. But she is in this film in that deleted scene, and basically just him meeting his daughter and saying I did this for you. I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
I don't really remember it. It was a bit forgettable.
It's cool. Look, it is what it is.
It's a bit of an insight. So if you want to go check that out, it's online somewhere. And a couple new season renewals for Brooklyn Nine-Nine being renewed for season 8 by NBC, with season 7 set to debut in January, as well as Titans being renewed for a third season on DC Universe.
Yeah.
Now, I am not too happy about Titans being renewed on DC Universe.
Not on DC Universe.
The third season?
Can't be, because DC Universe is dead.
Not yet, but it should be dead.
It's on HBO Max.
Is it going to be?
It will be, yeah, because all the DC stuff's going now.
Well, this is my point. I hate DC Universe.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why.
Please explain.
It's only available in America. And, maybe it's a fact that I live in Australia that I have this complaint. But you have a good show in Titans. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody outside of America can see this show. And, you know what I mean? Like nobody.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
I get
Netflix do have the rights, and it does come out 6 months after. I think it's about 6 months after
it's a long
comes
time
out on DC Universe. But the problem is, and a thing that I love, and I think you'll attest to this too, is a lot of times when you get a new show and episodes come out weekly, you watch the new episode as soon as it comes out. You go online, you see the news, you talk about it with people, you look at their reactions.
That's what we do.
Exactly. And when you have a show that comes out 6 months after it's already been out and all the news is leaked online and everything like that, I don't care about it as much. There's some shows that I will watch that have come out already, but with a brand new show that we're trying to keep up with and it connects to this world and it connects to this and this and that, I find it hard to get into a show that I can't watch as soon as it comes out about, something that I care about, like a superhero show or something like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
And DC's already it's not struggling, but it could use a lot more.
It's struggling.
I wouldn't say it's struggling. It's struggling.
It's I think in the sense that it could be doing better
compared to Marvel. They're slacking.
Yes, yeah.
And I think that they have the opportunity to really make some groundwork and close the gap. But DC Universe needs to go in order for them to do that.
I think you're right.
HBO Max, great step, but the HBO Max needs to be accessible everywhere. Can't be just an American thing.
Which I think it is, unfortunately. But yeah, you're right.
But that doesn't help its cause.
No, you are.
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
See, like Disney Plus, sure, it does release. It's only releasing in select countries, but the Marvel stuff and everything else on Disney is available everywhere else. So for the most part. So yeah, I think it's just things need to be more accessible for DC to make some good traction. And Brooklyn Nine-Nine, love the show. It's one of my favorite sitcoms. It's kind of like this era's Office or How I Met Your Mother or Friends. Like it's this. I feel like it's the modern day sitcom that people love.
It's kind of weird. It's not my favorite at all.
You don't like it?
No, I like it. I just think it gets too much hype. I don't think it's that good. Like I know I agree with you. I think the people revere it as much as they did How I Met Your Mother and The Office. But I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's nearly on their level at all.
Ooh, big call.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
Maybe when you look back in 5 years, you might have the
possibly. I remember I did think this early on, then I rewatched it all, and I was like, my opinions changed slightly, but like it is good. It's just like I don't think it compares anywhere near to the great sitcoms like How I Met Your Mother or The Office or Friends or Seinfeld.
Well, how many times have you seen The Office?
I just finished it again, so like 9 times now.
Yeah, we got to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine 9 times, and then we can.
I've watched it like 3-4 times, if that's any significance.
Oh, it's not that good, but you've seen it 4 times. Oh, Jesus Christ!
No, I mean it's just something fun to watch, you know. Like I don't know, I don't really know how to put it. It's kind of hard to explain. I just think that there are so many better sitcoms than it, and I think it gets revered too highly by a lot of people, and it's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is.
What do you think of Seinfeld? Were you a big fan of it?
I haven't really watched it. I've started watching it here and there on Stan, and it's okay.
I don't mind it. I just I think it's a bit like the jokes are somewhat outdated for me.
I agree with you.
But
sorry, go.
I quite enjoy it still.
I think I'm probably the exact same, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Alrighty. So shall we move on?
Yeah, actually, just one more thing. I'm actually watching this new sitcom on Netflix called Disjointed. It's about Jo Bennett from The Office.
Yes.
So she's in it. She's the star of the show. It's really funny. She plays Ruth, and she owns a medical marijuana building. Mm-hmm. It's really funny. It's from the creators of 2.5 Men and Big Bang Theory.
Oh, there you go.
Or one of them. But it's really good. It's funny. It's quite funny.
Do you know what I started watching?
Yeah.
Dexter. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of Dexter.
Yeah. It's actually very interesting.
Really? I know it's about how he murders people then investigates it or some shit like that, right?
No, basically, he does forensics. So he studies blood, like for the police. But he kills bad people who the police can't catch. And it's like, I've only seen like 2 episodes, but he kills people that are bad. He kills bad people, essentially.
Okay.
Like, you know that movie coming out with Chadwick Boseman,
21 Bridges, yeah?
Yeah, how it's about how he kills bad people. It's pretty much the same premise.
Oh, interesting.
Except he's a psycho that loves to kill, but he just kills bad people because he doesn't want to hurt good people.
Oh, fair enough.
There's actually a real life guy who did that. Anyway, that's a podcast I watched.
Yeah.
For another time.
I don't mind
anyway, moving on, we have something exciting. Rumour mill time. Alrighty, so I'll let you start with this one because you understand.
You want me to start with this one? I was actually going to get you to start with this one only because I've got something to say for the next one. But it's up to you.
Oh, well, you're gonna
How about I read the first 2, then you read the second 2?
Yeah, okay, because I don't really understand the first part 1.
Okay,
so I need
100%.
you to go.
All right. So, a rumored new plot leak for the WandaVision series on Disney Plus has kind of leaked. Apparently, we don't know if it's true. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But apparently what's going to happen is post-Endgame, Wanda is fairly depressed, and she meets this lady named Agatha, who lets Wanda kind of live in this pocket dimension that Agatha creates for her. And in that pocket dimension, it's a perfect world. So something like the sitcom how we've been talking about over recent weeks. She's going to have her 2 kids, Wiccan and Speed, which we've also talked about, as well as Vision will still be alive. So the problem is Agatha is actually trying to kill Wanda. I can't remember the motives. I don't know if the motives were in the thing, but she has motives to kill her with her 2 minions, Scythan and Grim Reaper, which I know nothing about. Yep. Also, to add a bit more spice to this already juicy dish, Ultron might be tied into the story in some form. I think probably in a flashback in some way because they're kind of connected in their origins. But yeah, so what are your quick thoughts on this plot line that I definitely beefed up for the podcast?
I think Ultron is, a feature. So like, you know how you have the main villain and like a sub-villain? I think Ultron would be a good sub-villain because, as you know, in Age of Ultron, when they are like introduced into the MCU, Ultron brought them to like be on their side, and then they just kind of, then Wanda was like, nah, fuck yeah, I'm going to the good side because I don't like what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So if she comes back, or if he comes back, or it comes back, I don't know what Ultron identifies as. If Ultron decides to come back, I think, he's got motive to go back for Wanda. But I actually don't mind this Agatha thing, but I feel like Agatha's going to need a good motive as well. It's kind of a bit like...
I'm pretty sure she does. I just can't remember what it was.
Maybe she's in love with Ultron.
Probably.
Who knows? It's a love
I
story.
Am, so don't blame her.
Well, it's a bit spicy.
Do you want to move on?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll read this one.
Sorry.
So go. Please go.
I was trying to think of a good joke about Ultron. You and loving Ultrons.
Let's move on before that escapes.
Hang on. There's a Netflix show about your love for Ultron.
What is it? iRobot?
No, it's called Love, Sex, and Robot or some shit. Hang on. Let me look it up. It's called something about robots. Hang on. You're gonna laugh. It's called Love, Death, and Robots. That's you.
That is definitely right up my alley.
Exactly right. Apparently it's pretty good. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Hang on. My internet won't load.
And here we go, waiting for the buffer.
It's literally buffering. It's buffering a 3-second video.
Buffering.
Thank you.
There we go. Okay, so Robert Pattinson's Batsuit is rumored to be a bit grey and blue in colour, similar to the 1960s TV show Batman, with a chance that we get our first unveiling of it next week. So I've got 2 questions for this one. Number 1, what direction would you like to see the Batsuit's design go in? And 2, to add on to that, short ears or long ears?
Oh, you've really put me on the spot with the ears.
Yeah.
I mean,
I am definitely a short ears advocate, but I think they should go middle in between. I hate
make everybody happy.
I hate long ears. But I think that I don't want to see the. I think for Rob Pattinson, because I feel like he's quite tall and is a little bit lanky. Obviously, he'll beef up. I think that.
He shouldn't have
I don't think short ears would work, but I think medium would be okay.
If he had big ears and someone doesn't say cheers big ears like a villain or something,
I'd be pretty disappointed.
I'd be disappointed.
Yeah. But what do you reckon?
I would like to see a good old fashioned suit, like a grey and blue one, because I feel like that's pretty vintage. And him being like in the 90s for the movie, I feel like, it would be fitting.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the suit.
I think it's going to be subtle enough that it's not ridiculous looking, but it's also serious.
It shows it gives what's the word? It pays its respects to the old-fashioned suits while it's giving its own fling.
Yeah.
And, with the alleged story being about how it's his early days as Batman, I think it makes perfect sense to have him a less technologically advanced suit. As this one, like having an old-fashioned suit, kind of to show and represent that he's just kind of starting out and it's kind of more of his origin rather than him being a full advanced Batman and having a suit like the Dark Knight where you could shoot it with kryptonite-infused bullets and it'd be fine.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
I think that, I like the idea.
Okay, cool. I like to hear that.
If that was, yep.
No,
are we happy with that?
That's very adequate. I will take it.
Thank you. So there's a bit of buzz about the Black Widow trailer, with it possibly being released sometime this week following the launch of Disney Plus. What are your thoughts on it? What do you want to see from this trailer?
We talked about it a little bit last week. I just said I wanted to see Taskmaster, but I really want to see a good display of the Russian Captain Russia with David Harbour. I really, really want to see him. Yes. I think he's going to look sick. I want to see a red suit.
Red Guardian?
It might be Red Guardian.
Yeah, okay.
No, wait, that might be another character. No, I think you're right. It's Red Guardian. I really want to see Red Guardian. I think it'd be really cool. I just want to see some sort of a glimpse of him in this trailer.
Or even like a tease.
Yeah. Look, if he does come out this week, that'll be 2 weeks before the Wonder Woman trailer's supposed to come out. So timing again from Marvel.
Yeah. So Marvel, this rumor has been floating around because following the launch of Disney Plus, Disney are like, we got the Disney Plus all sorted. Marvel's all sorted. Now we have time to release the trailer. And with Disney Plus launching today in its next countries and the next release not being until March 2020, it gives them some leeway to say, hey, okay, we've sorted with the launch. We have time. Let's drop this trailer.
This is what's coming, yeah.
Yeah, so let's drop the trailer to get people excited for the next Disney project. I mean, the movie's coming out next year, so it's roughly around the time.
It's May next year.
Yeah, so Marvel always drop it about 8 months.
It's actually a little bit later.
Yeah, usually they drop it 8 months before the movie, so it actually is a bit late.
Yeah, but it's probably just because, you had D23 late August, early September, then you had Disney Plus now, so that middle bit, maybe they just wanted to have things settle a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, so the kind of hype of Disney Plus is on the all-time high, and with the hype, they'll probably drop this trailer as well to keep the hype going for Marvel or Disney as a whole. We'll say Disney because they own it.
We'll say Disney.
Yeah. So that's we'll see. Let's see if it comes out this week. Probably come out tonight.
Yeah, you watch. Yeah.
We will watch the trailer. And for the final rumor this week, it actually revolves around Ant-Man 3. So Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Hornet. I don't actually know the name, but I just wanted to add
Ant-Man, the Wasp, the Hornet, the Beetle, everything, mate. Every insect you can think of. And arachnid.
We're cutting that joke off. All right, so reportedly, the villain for the likely final installment in the franchise will be none other than Hank Pym himself. So is there any other villain you'd like to see explored in the Ant-Man franchise, or would you like to see Hank Pym change his motive, or change... Just be a bad guy.
I think it'd be kind of cool to see Hank Pym as a bad guy.
Sorry, okay. Would you like to see Hank Pym do a Billie Eilish, be a bad guy?
I would like to see that. I want to see him reference that song. Now, I would actually kind of like to see it. I don't know if it'd happen. It'd be interesting.
What would be the reason for him to be an antagonist?
I think that he'd be brainwashed or something. I don't think he'd turn at all. Maybe he has to because is it Janet because Janet's been captured or something. I want to see Dr. Egghead as the villain.
So, I think that's Sonic Man.
No, there is Egghead as well. There, I know I had that in my head too, but I want to see Egghead as the villain. But look, this is not a bad way to go if they do it right. So
I don't know. I feel like I've seen this story too many times where the main best friend turns, and like I don't want to see brainwash because I've already done the whole thing with Bucky. You know what I mean? Like brainwashing probably isn't like it's already been done.
Okay, what if he's thrust into that and like he has to? He has no other choice than to do that. Or not necessarily be the villain, just act against Scott.
Because him being the villain, how is he going to stop Scott that he's taught? Like how he's not going to use the answer. Maybe
he has his own suit that he's had.
But isn't he too old to be like fighting and stuff?
Maybe the suit is a bit more armored, and I don't know, something like that. Or maybe there's a serum he get. I don't know, something like that.
Because I feel like having him beat Scott would be like
but if you think about it as well, how many times has Scott really been in a punching battle?
True. But I wouldn't.
Don't get me wrong. He wouldn't lose. He wouldn't lose to Hank Pym. No,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe Janet turns against him. Like she's like somehow forced to like be against him.
Yeah, it could be a combination of that. It might be the original Ant-Man and original Wasp versus new Ant-Man, new Wasp. Who knows? That's the title of Ant-Man 3. Original Ant-Man, original Wasp.
OGs versus new Gs.
OGs versus new Gs.
All right. Well, that's we'll see what happens, shall we?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so moving on to Marvel. So this week, this is the first time we actually found out about this tonight, was the Infinity Saga box set, which has been talked about for a while. They actually did a release in America at Best Buy for $550, and they all sold out lightning fast, and they've actually been put on eBay for $800 to $900. That's more the cheaper ones. So the box includes all the 23 MCU movies plus digital codes for them all, plus a bonus disc, a letter from Big Kev, and some artwork.
A nice little box.
A little box, yes. And it looks great. Would you purchase this for $550?
Yeah, for $550, yeah.
Not for $900?
Not for $900.
Yeah,
not for $900.
Dude, like we talked about this, and I predicted about $500. I said it as a joke.
I think you did, yeah.
$550 is a lot of money. Because if you judge all 30 movies, let's just say.
But that's how you make it exclusive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, there wasn't many sold, sadly. But if you do 30 movies for a Blu-ray disc and you times it by 23, that's $690. Holy shit. My maths was off.
Well, there you go.
This is a good deal.
There you go.
This is a very good deal. And I'd love to buy it, to be honest, because if there was an opportunity to buy in Australia, but I don't want to spend $900 on this box set. I think sure, I get a personalized letter from Big Kev. Sure, I get some cool artwork with some autographs. And sure, I get all 23 movies. And sure, it'll look good in my room. But my bank account doesn't want that.
My bank account will not look good. No, I completely agree with you.
My room will. My Blu-ray collection will look fantastic.
Yeah, your movie collection will just be done by then.
Well, I added 2 more movies, as you can see. I added Deadpool and Logan. It was 2 for $20 at JB Hi-Fi, so I had to just pounce on the opportunity. Bargain hunting, Sam. But this is a pretty cool thing, and I'm not sure if they're doing any more releases internationally, but you'd hope so, because I'd like to get my hands on it if I can.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Big Kev, send me one. Thank you very much. And Disney have unveiled a timeline for movie releases for their next 5 years in their 5-year plan or whatever. One exciting thing to note is that there'll be 4 Marvel movies released in 2021, 2022, and 2023. So what could they be? So 2021, we have Thor, Love and Thunder. We also have
Loki that year, Hawkeye that year.
They're TV shows.
Thor's the only movie.
Spider-Man.
Yes. Correct, yes.
I'll actually get it up right now.
Okay, off the bat, so 4 movies in the 3 years. I'm going to go, one of them will be Captain Marvel 2. Black Panther 2 is my guess for the other 2021 movie. I don't know, which year is the 2 movies in?
What?
Which year has 2 movies? Because there's 4 movies in 3 years.
Well, okay, 2021 is Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange.
Thor,
and Spider-Man, I think.
Jesus Christ, there's no way there's a 5th Marvel movie.
No, I think there's 4.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, 2022 is all untitled ones.
How many?
4.
4 in 2022?
Yeah, so 4 in 2021, 4 in 2022, and 4 in 2023.
Oh, okay. I was confused. Okay. Well, my guess, I can guess a few of them. I don't know which year they'll be in, but my guesses are Guardians 3, Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2, more than likely... Trying to think of things off the top of my head.
Do you want release dates?
Yes.
So, Shang-Chi, we've already got those ones, so we'll skip those ones. So 2022, we have one releasing on the 18th of February, 2022.
I'm going to go Black Panther for that one.
No, Black Panther is the 6th of May, 2022.
It's been announced.
It's been announced.
Oh.
6th of May, 2022. Then we have another one on the 29th of July and the 7th of October. So that's in 2022. And that's before... And then in 2023, we have the 17th of February, the 5th of May. That's my birthday. Get excited. We have the 28th of July and the 3rd of November. And also launching that year is Avatar 3. Fun fact.
Cool. I'm going to go with... I don't know. Look, I'm just going to rattle off some names, as I just said. So Guardians 3, Black Panther 2 already said, Captain Marvel 2, I think Avengers 5. I also think Blade. I also think Thunderbolts. Mm-hmm. And possibly a Young Avengers? Yep. No, maybe, I don't know. And I can't think of any more off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of sequels. Oh, Ant-Man 3.
Yep.
Will be one of them. So we got a fair bit to look forward to.
Oh boy, we do.
We always do, but we've got even more for this now.
Yeah, but it's exciting to see that Marvel really are they're
going full steam ahead. They are not slowing down.
This is Disney saying, you know what? You have the most popular movie franchise of all time. Go make that bag, Big Kev. Go make that bag. And that is what they're doing. Because not only do they have 4 movies releasing each year, they also have Disney Plus shows. Yeah. And they also have all the other Marvel properties that are selling. Big Kev is walking home with a big paycheck.
They really don't want me to graduate.
No, they really don't. They really don't. And this is on top of all the other Fox and properties and Disney properties. Like Disney... are taking over the fucking world, man. I'm telling you right now.
Disney are going hard. Oh, I'll probably have an X-Men movie in there, actually.
Yeah.
Too.
Did you hear that Disney was going to buy Twitter as well, just to add to this?
Wow.
They didn't. They decided not to.
Wow.
Because there was too much toxicity on the website or something, which is not wrong.
No.
But they were going to buy Twitter. That's how much Disney are going ham.
Wow. Wow is all I've got to say.
I know. So that's really exciting. Disney are going hard. The paint.
Yeah.
We got so many movies going on. It's just crazy.
It's a bit of everything, man.
And also a bit of a movement that has been going on since 2016. So a 3-year movement was really sparked this week. So the infamous Release the Snyder Cut movement. Hashtag.
Let's go hashtag.
Yeah. The hashtag, the cult following.
Do you need me to talk?
No, I'm trying to think of the words. I'm trying to think of these fancy words to try and sound more interesting.
Yeah.
So the cult following that is Released the Snyder Cut, basically, if you've lived under a rock, it's Zack Snyder's cut of Batman v Superman, which was cut...
No. It's of Justice League.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It is.
Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, which he had to stop directing it tragically as his daughter passed away. He stepped away. Warner Brothers took over. Warner Brothers released a shit movie. Basically, everybody's been wanting the movie since 2017. Everybody's been wanting Zack Snyder's cut of the film. So this week, Jason Momoa, Aquaman, Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, and Ben Affleck, Batman, have all posted on social media with the hashtag Release the Snyder Cut.
Actually, we also forgot Ray Fisher as well, who plays Cyborg.
Yeah, Ray Fisher also joined it. And the former DC Entertainment president, Diane Nelson, also put out her support for it.
Look, this just also this also adds to the fact that Zack Snyder every second day just releases a behind the scenes picture of the movie. So it's just a never ending cycle.
Yeah, I don't think this will end until this movie comes out. It's been 2 years and people are still wanting it. And I'm not getting sick of it, but I'm just like, Warner Brothers, fucking do something about it, because just do something about it for the love of God.
I think they need to unveil it.
I hope
it needs to come out.
If it's a HBO Max thing, sure, but just release it, man.
I don't understand why they wouldn't.
They'll make so much money. They will make a lot of money off this.
It's going to do nothing but good things. I mean, they might get a bit of backlash for not having... No, they wouldn't. But
they won't get backlash.
They won't get backlash because he had to leave the film. But
he chose to leave the film.
Yeah,
his daughter did take his own life, so it's very sad. Like,
Yeah.
obviously,
Of course.
he's not gonna keep working to do it.
No, but I just think they have to release it. This is massive support. This is the Justice League giving this support. You have to do it.
This is like the main. This is like the cast.
You have to do it. You have to.
Gal
seems like a
Gadot,
no-brainer.
Gal Gadot, if you're a real one, don't let them release Wonder Woman until they release the Snyder Cut.
It's a good, yeah.
That'll work. But yeah, no, it's interesting to see. Like, I'm sure they'll release it one day. They just need Zack Snyder to go back in and finish a cut of the film. Or it would just be the
CGI, really.
Yeah, pretty much, because he has a cut of the film without the CGI, and he's not allowed to release it.
Yeah,
obviously.
and it'd be with Henry Cavill with his mustache too.
I want to see
for
the mustache.
parts of it. I want to see it.
Movember.
I want to see Cowboy Superman.
I love it.
I'm down for
that.
that.
Do you see my little curl in my head today? I could be Henry Cavill today. Henry Cavill, step over. I'm going to be Superman. Just let me just chisel these cheeks.
And we're all good. We're good to go.
I just got to lose about, I got to get to 5% body fat and I can be Superman. Maybe grow a few inches too.
It might help.
Yeah.
Although Henry Cavill's quite small.
How tall is Henry Cavill?
He's not tall.
I'm googling this up because I'm 5'11".
He's not tall, dude.
Really? You're giving me hope here.
I'm pretty sure he's really, really not that tall at all.
You're getting me excited. Don't blue ball me here.
He might wear heels in his boots.
No, surely not.
Yeah, to make him seem like, because Ben Affleck's...
He's tall.
How tall is he?
185 centimeters.
Oh, okay. I genuinely thought he was small. Because Ben Affleck's quite tall.
Ben Affleck's 192. He's fucking giant.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is only 170.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is a midget, mate.
Damn, I'm only 2 centimeters taller than Gal Gadot. Fun fact.
She seems really tall. I'm surprised by that.
She's 178 centimeters. She's 5'10".
Yeah, she's
anyway. Henry Cavill's over 6 foot. So
yeah, I didn't think.
I'm upset you got my hopes
up. I didn't think that. I thought he was a small man.
No, well, he's not a small man.
He's not a small man.
Anyway, release the Snyder Cut. Just make it happen, all right? Far out. Next, moving on. Netflix have signed a deal with Nickelodeon to create exclusives together. So this came the day after Disney Plus announced that they had 10 million sign-ups in the first day. Netflix were like, fuck you. We're taking the other kids' TV series, and they've signed this deal with Nickelodeon, should I say. The double N, they create an M.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. Anyway, so they've also announced that Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants will be getting his own spin-off. Yeah. And it's finally time that it happens. And they're genius for doing this because as watching this show growing up, everybody related to SpongeBob being so energetic, young and thing. But now growing up, everyone relates with Squidward being old and grumpy and just tired all the time. And now all those people that watched SpongeBob as a kid is going to relate to Squidward when this show comes out. So 200 IQ play from Netflix here.
It's a bit weird as well. Have you know that Netflix have like 2 seasons of SpongeBob right now?
Yeah, they're adding more, aren't they?
Stan have all the seasons.
Really?
Yeah, Stan have everything, and I don't understand why Netflix have the rights to 2 of them. It makes no sense to me. But I mean, this will obviously mean they get everything. But that's really cool. They're gonna have their own Nickelodeon shows on there. They'll have all the original Nickelodeon stuff. Like, it's exciting news.
Well, there was a rumor floating around a few months ago that the Nickelodeon was actually going to start their own streaming service like Disney Plus.
They couldn't compete.
No, but I'm really glad that they're doing this, and I hope that a lot of the older shows like Drake and Josh, iCarly,
Rugrats,
all those classic shows do get put on Disney Plus. Victorious, because
Victorious Disney?
Are they Disney?
I think Victorious. No, the other ones you said.
iCarly.
The other ones you said.
iCarly is Disney.
Is it?
Fuck, I don't know.
I thought no.
Drake and Josh, I know is Nickelodeon.
iCarly, I'm pretty sure is Nickelodeon.
Okay. Anyway, all the Nickelodeon shows that I watched as a kid, I get confused. There's too many. I hope they all go to Netflix one day because I really miss them. I just want to watch them again.
Yeah.
Especially Drake and Josh. I could binge watch the shit out of Drake and Josh, man. But yeah, it'd be exciting to see. Hopefully we get something exciting. Like,
it's a cool deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal, but Netflix need to capitalize. Like, get the shows, Drake and Josh and all them, get them onto Netflix.
They straight up just need to get everything they can, to be honest with you, just so that Disney can't.
Exactly.
So this is
I don't think Disney will anyway, but
I think they can. They got The Simpsons.
But they bought Fox.
I don't care.
They're gonna buy Nickelodeon.
No, you make a good point, but they need to get what they can because HBO Max has got heaps of stuff as well. So
I just think I would go back to Netflix for Drake and Josh and all those other shows, Victorious and all that.
Nickelodeon is definitely tempting. I'm more excited to see what else they create.
That too, but like you could just add on so much more.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Anyway, Netflix, you've got a good start. Keep going. And this is Jacob's face is lighting up for this next one.
Face
So
is lit up, yeah.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has come out. Jacob has played a lot of it, and he wants to talk. Wow, I just looked at his notes.
That's
this
not
man,
all of it, just that one little bit.
This man is prepared for this segment right here. So I will give my thoughts on it because I've only played 1 hour. Jacob has played multiple hours.
I don't know how long I played. I played a bit. Yeah.
But anyway, the game came out. It's really fun. The graphics are good. The game runs well. It's really different. It's very puzzly, and at the start, it's all to do with puzzles and exploration. And then the combat's good so far. Everything's good. The story looks really good, and it's a fun game all around so far. But I've only played an hour, so I can't really give you much thoughts.
Well, okay. So
sit back. Let me
sit back. So I've obviously got my notes. Feel free to jump in at any point because I'm sure you'll have.
Look, I haven't played much of the game.
Yeah, but there'll be parts of things that you can talk about with me. You don't know, you don't understand yet. But look, we'll just see how it goes.
Don't give any spoilers. That's what it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Actually, before I do start this, I just want a quick note on the Mandalorian. The 2 episodes have come out. It is amazing. It is probably the best Star Wars thing since the originals.
Holy shit, that's a big call.
It's very good. And don't get me wrong, I really love Force Awakens, but this is amazing. This is another. You need to see it.
Where do you need to watch the other Star Wars things to understand
not
it?
at all.
No, okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
It's cool because there's callbacks. Not callbacks, but there's features. But
yeah,
you're right.
Does it take place in between anything?
I don't know when it takes place. Okay.
Between episode 3 and 4. That's when everything takes place.
I'm pretty sure. It takes place before episode 1. I believe it's 10 years before episode 1.
Okay.
Because there's a thing that's going on right now in episode 2, and it's a theory. So
okay. I
don't want to spoil.
Anyway.
Okay. So I played a few hours. I'm not entirely sure how long. Probably 5 hours to be honest with you.
In one day?
No. It's been over a couple. I haven't played the last 2 days, but
you must have having withdrawals.
But just a few things to note. It looks visually amazing. All the worlds. I've been to 4 different worlds. I've been to Kashyyyk, which is the Wookiee home planet. I've been to Jeffa or something like that, which is the first planet you go to. And then there's another one there's a jungle planet I've been to. And look, they all look so nice. They're so different as you expect from all the Star Wars planets. It's just really fun. All the environments are different. They're just really fun to play with. The lightsaber gameplay, I was a bit nervous about that it was just going to be hack, but it's not.
It's very tactical. I will jump in on this.
Yeah. Go.
I like one of the things I like. I mean, I've only played the tutorial levels, but having the different things like the stormtroopers who shoot the guns at you, you can time your deflections or your parries as they call them to damage them, and if you don't time it properly, you get hit yourself. And I like that feature because it adds some variety to the gameplay. The locking on targets and being able to switch is really good, and it offers you a lot of options to defend. And from what I've noticed or from what I've heard, the game is very focused on how you defend and time your attacks. So having a lot of different defensive options is a very good feature that they've added.
Well, one issue that I have, this is me just playing games in general, is I'm very impatient. So I just want to go through, cut them up, and keep moving. Mm-hmm. But I've noticed that I have to really take my time in assessing how I'm going to attack these people and where I'm going to start. Because, for example, there's a part where I'm up to where there's pyro troopers and they have flamethrowers. It's incredibly hard to defend them. Mm-hmm. You have to kill them straight away. Otherwise, they will get you no matter what because you can't defend from fire. So that's really tough. But then, as you said, it is really your ability to block from the lasers is also very imperative as well because you need to time that. You need to do everything. I do find it a little bit difficult at times to parry troopers that go and hit you. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I feel like I get ganged up on and I can't do anything. I just have to keep just trying to jump out of there, which is difficult again. But it's very fun. The lightsaber gameplay is good. The combo, the timing of you hitting the square button on a PlayStation remote is imperative. You need it. It's very fun. I really like being able to change the lightsaber. So far, I immediately swapped from blue to green. I'm definitely a green head, and I love you can use different materials. You can change the color of your actual base. It's just awesome. I'm really glad they added that into the game.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you snort marijuanas? Is that why you like green?
I do snort marijuanas.
Go green?
I do snort marijuanas. Up the Greens party. I also BD1. So I don't know if you've met BD1 yet. He's the little droid you get.
I have not.
It's soon. Absolutely brilliant. I feel like every time they introduce a new droid, they hit it out of the park. The only one they fucked up with, I think, is the one in Solo, who's not great, but still not bad. But
It's on his way.
It's on his way. It's on his way. BD1 is brilliant. He's got the same kind of character as BB-8 and R2-D2. He's just, I can't speak highly enough. It's a great addition to the cast. I like him having on your back. He's just really cool. The upgrading skill tree is really well designed, I think. So you've got 3 pathways. You've got more the survival, the lightsaber battle, and then the force. I opt to go more down the lightsaber so far, but I'm probably going to lean more into the force as I get a bit more into the game. But it is very good. I really enjoy that part of the game.
Yeah. One thing I not dislike, but one thing I've found is that the main character, he's a bit boring, Cal. I mean, I've only watched the introduction cutscenes, but I just feel like he's just boring. Like he's just very bland, and he doesn't really have a lot of personality to offer. Like,
you haven't had any flashbacks yet, have you?
No. But
wait.
Okay, sorry. But you know, I mean, like his current state, he's just boring. Like he doesn't really.
He's not really fleshed out yet.
No, he's just kind of just. Like, I mean, if he evolves over the course of the game, great. But I haven't had that chance to like explore.
You're not wrong. He definitely doesn't. Not a lot is given to him in the beginning. So I think just over time, the flashbacks kind of add a bit to that, a little bit. Yeah. But just give it a bit of time, I think, and then you'll probably start to like him a little bit more. I'm not fully into him yet, but yeah, just a bit of time, I think. One thing I have noticed is the hard difficulties are hard.
That's good.
I'm playing on the second highest. What are you playing on?
Middle.
There's 2 middles. There's 4.
I'm the Jedi Master.
Okay, I think that's second highest, like me. It's hard, I think, in my opinion. I really struggle against the spiders. Fucking hate the spiders.
I haven't played the spiders
They're
yet.
hard.
Only reason I've died in the game is because I jumped off the train by accident. Like I literally just jumped off.
Yeah, that's not good.
And another time, you know, at the start of the game where you're running through and the ship's trying to blow you up and you're trying to run to the front of the train. Well, I ran off the edge by accident too. I've done that too. So it's mainly just myself.
Look, I think it's quite hard, the hard difficulties. I think I noticed it in some areas, some not so much. I think there's a great balance of stormtrooper fights and fighting with the local animals. Yep. I think it's really, really good. There's
the spiders?
There's spiders. Yeah, there's these things that just jump out of these holes, which are bloody hard to defend against. I think it's a really good balance. Like, I don't get bored of the stormtroopers, and I also don't get bored of the animals. The animals really frustrate the shit out of me because they're kind of hard. And then the last thing I have to note, at times I do feel a little bit frustrated at the lack of a ranged weapon. I find it, this also might be because I find it so hard to slow down my gameplay, but I find it really hard not having a gun or something I can throw, or just shoot. It's where I'm up to. I have a force push, which is awesome, but I just don't have the ability to shoot someone from long range. And that, as I said, that is hard against the pyro troopers that have a flamethrower. But look, it's still a good game, but I just I miss not having a ranged weapon. That's all.
Fair enough.
Maybe I'll get to throw my lightsaber later on. Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. But those are my thoughts so far. I am enjoying the game.
Regular size reviews are coming back soon.
Yeah, there'll be a movie sometime, yeah. I'm sorry that was a bit boring. It probably was a bit boring, but look.
Don't say that. Positivity. That was fantastic. I liked hearing your thoughts.
Thank you. But yeah, look, I'll probably update it every so often as I go on. But yeah, I think it is a very, very good game overall so far. I really enjoy the story. The graphics are just ace. It's really good gameplay.
Nice. Yeah, well, that's really it. I haven't touched my keyboard. I haven't touched my computer all week because I've been literally like working all the time.
Busy man.
Yeah, I started Star Wars last night. And I started the Modern Warfare campaign as well. That is really that's in your face. Like,
I'd love to see a Let's Play. Where can I see that?
On youtube.com/SolidifyGames.
Cool.
Or one word.
Awesome.
That'll be releasing in the next few days.
Awesome.
But honestly, like even within the first 30 seconds, it's like, holy shit, like this is intense.
Throws you in.
And thing with Call of Duty or Modern Warfare Call of Duty, they don't hold back. They're very controversial would be the word. Like they really tell a good story. Like they really pretty much playable movies, and this is quite the same. But the story is just really, really good so far. Keen to see where it goes. I was honestly going to keep playing it, but my internet kept dropping out, and because I'm playing on PC, whenever my internet drops out, the whole game crashes. And so I was like midway through a mission, so immersed in everything.
And then bang.
Game crashes. Yeah. So I just kind of got sick of it and I moved over to Star Wars.
Difficult times.
Tough times indeed. But anyway, that is it for this week of the podcast. Anything you'd like to say on a departing remarks?
Not particularly, I don't think.
No worries. Well, yes, that's it from us. We appreciate you guys listening. If you guys want to check us out, talk to us, give us any feedback on the episode, you can hit us up at TRSM Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. My name's been Stan. I've been joined by Jacob. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.